Oh, good afternoon or good evening, everybody. Tuesday, the 13th, and welcome to Rex Tech Pub. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. Oh my God. It's just been one of those days. I've been running outside. I've been keeping myself busy. It's been one of those days I just can't seem to stop running today. So right after this stream is over, I'm gonna head back over to Northeast. Help a few people out over there, get a couple of things done, and get a couple of things wrapped up. But it is a warm one. It's I forget what our temperature is. 80 some degrees, I believe. 85, I think. 84. It's a little bit windy out there, but it's a hot wind, so. Hey, hello, Tony. Oh. I suppose we should probably figure out what's going on in the Microsoft world. I know they're adding Copilot back into it. I also know they're going to put recall back on it. That recall, I really don't. I don't like the idea of that. Copilot, maybe not so much, but recall? I don't know. That seems awfully iffy to me, to be using recall. I mean, I don't know. I'm not fond of it. Gosh, I hope more than just, Max, see how many people I got watching. Current viewers 1. That's me. Or maybe it's Tony. I think Tony's here. May 13th. I got my things. Yep. Okay. I was worried that I didn't. Yeah. 2 p.m. 1 like. Current viewers. Well, that says 1. You go up here, it says 2. So who's telling the truth? 1 or 2? But yeah, today's Tuesday. First Tuesday of the month, I believe. No, it can't be the first Tuesday of the month. Hey, Tony. No, we are. Second Tuesday? So I guess it's the second Tuesday because the 6th was a Tuesday, but I believe that was the first Tuesday. This is the second Tuesday, yeah. So, hello, Jeff. So, yeah, just make sure you check your updates and keep things updated. Ah, damn it. Hate when Pop does that and the lid won't open. Trying to get this to open and it won't. Yeah, some people call me Superman until it comes to something like this. That was not easy. That actually hurt my finger. It's got those ridges on the cap, and I put so much pressure on it, trying to get the cap to come off. I've dug into my skin a little bit. So I went and got the towel, grabbed it, snapped it open. Oh. And the other thing, I want to keep this live stream short and cut it off at 2:30 is because it's starting to get hot in here. The sad thing, because of the way this place is wired, I can't have... Well, I'm sure I could. I just don't know what to do about it. Because if I overload the smaller surge protector, it's going to pop on me. So I can't really... I've got my router and the modem plugged into it, and that's it. That's all I can have plugged into that. I mean, I probably have more, but... I'm just trying to leave it just for the modem and my router. But the way it is now, if I want to run my computer, I have to shut the air conditioner off, unplug it, and plug the UPS back in, which is what the computer monitor and the tower are plugged into. That's about the only way I can do it. So it's one or the other. I can't use both. Because last time I had this, everything hooked up to that other whatchamacallit thing, it started smelling funny. I was pulling too much electricity out of it or something. I don't know. So the only way I could fix that is to unplug my air conditioner and plug in my computer or the UPS, and that shares the same plug. But you know what? That don't make sense. Because, oh yes it does. Yeah, it does make sense of why I'm doing it like that. They got something else plugged into that. And I can't unplug that because that's to the other surge protector. Yeah, I am completely screwed. Because I got my lamp and something else plugged into this other outlet. So I've got two outlets here, but I don't know. I guess I'm stuck with it this summer. It's just to not use the air conditioner, which is gonna suck. Because if I'm gonna use my computer for most of the things I want to do and things I am doing, I can't run the air conditioner at the same time. There's not enough outlets. So that's another nightmare I've got to deal with one of these days. I don't know how to fix it. Except by what I'm doing now is unplug the air conditioner so I can plug my UPS back in that runs my computer. It's the only way, it's the only thing I can do for now until I can figure out. Needs a good cleaning under there. There's dust over everything. Oh, yeah, and for those that don't know, I cleaned my computer in the bedroom yesterday, and William and Rich, Darren, I think, might have been there, but I blew out my computer, and I'll show you with what. Where is it? I use my CompuVac, which I suggest, this is my recommendation. I gotta go back to, because this YouTube stream is so lagging behind. It's just now showing me I'm sitting down. And I sat down along, this is what I use. And I covered up the hole, or there's a hole in the nozzle. That's why I put duct tape over it. But this comes off. It's got a few other attachments I could use for it. Boy, this thing really has some air force behind it. Which you gotta be careful with something like this because you can easily blow components off your motherboard, like capacitors. That's how powerful the air comes out of this. Is you have to stand back quite a ways, and you'll still get the dust out of it, but you won't take the risk of popping capacitors off your motherboard. But this is what I use, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of what Kerry's using. His is a little bit too high pitched. I don't like that high pitch that thing gives off. This one doesn't. And it's a little bit more powerful and not battery operated. I'm not sure why you'd want something like that to be battery operated, but that's what I use. But yeah, you should have seen the dust cloud in here yesterday. I had the window open. I don't have any fans up here. I didn't get to buy any this year. I need 1 or 2 oscillating fans. I need a box fan and I don't know, 2 box fans, and I'll have an oscillating fan over by the door just to keep air moving in here. Because otherwise, there's no air movement in here now, and it's starting to feel it. It is getting warm in here. But yeah, I didn't set any alarms off, but I was beginning to wonder by all the dust that was. I had a huge dust cloud in here. I think William was here, and I think he saw me blowing all the dust off the thing. Because the second I hit it with this thing, that dust just poof. Huge dust cloud. It's landed on everything, so everything behind me has got to get dusted off. Because all the dust came out of my computer, but I had to go land on something. I wiped down my desk here yesterday. Wiped down the windowsill. So I'm starting to catch up with where the dust went, but I need to get on a 5-week schedule of cleaning that thing. I went 2 months and a couple of days, which it's too long. These apartments are so dusty. I mean, if you have a problem with allergies, and one of them being dust, you don't want to be in this building. And that's why I sneeze so much. It's one thing you guys don't know is quite often I'm sitting here just, achoo, achoo, achoo. It's because of the dust that's flying around. Especially when I open the window. It makes it worse. And all the dust, the pollen, and I'm not allergic to all that stuff, but it gets up in my nose and it starts tickling my nose and I spend the next half hour sneezing. But I've had my doctor on purposely test me for any allergies outside, and I have done. I think if the dust gets thick enough in here and it starts tickling my my nose hairs, then I'll start sneezing. I was in someone's office the other day, and I was changing a couple of things. They had a UPS that went bad, and I had to replace that. And a couple other things. I don't know why. There's a couple things about that office that really, but anyhow, I was in their office changing things, and I don't know what the hell got up my nose. But after I'd sneezed about 15 times, I had all the employees looking at me. All 15 heads just kind of rotated, and they looked at me and said, "You gonna make it?" It's like, probably not. And I just got a sneezing attack that just would not stop. I finally had to step outside. I don't know if it was out smelling perfume or what, but whatever got into my nose. Oh. But, I got a few UPS surge protector things coming for them. I think the router they have is starting to cause them issues, so I'm going to get one of those. Then they go out so often because they want me to find the cheapest Linksys router that I can find. And I say, you probably shouldn't go down that road. And then they just simply said, well, if you don't like us getting the cheapest thing, we'll find somebody else. And there's nobody here that wants you to do the cheapest thing. We're not at the top of the ladder, the most expensive, but we're not that far down from it. We're, we're more than mid tier in prices. And it's because we like quality parts. We like things to last longer so that we don't have to keep going back to their office and replacing things over and over and over because they decided, hey, let's get this $23 router. It looks good. And or $34 or whatever it was. She got it cheap. And I've been over there, reset it like 5, 6 times. I don't know why. It just won't reset correctly. And I sat there for one night 2 weeks ago. I went over there and I messed with it, but I couldn't get that thing to work. And then she called me earlier last week, and she said none of the computers or the printer have internet connection. And it's probably because your router went to its switching mode or whatever and shut itself off, and then it's not delivering the internet to you. Which isn't exactly what it was doing. I don't know what it's doing, but I kind of showed her how to reset it herself, what to unplug, and how to plug things back in, because I said this is going to start getting expensive if I have to keep coming over here and doing something that you can do. She says, well, then show me what to do and I'll quit calling you. I showed her, she wrote down notes, and she says, okay, got it. Like, good. Yeah, that was going to get expensive. I had to keep going over there. But they decided just to get new parts. And she wasn't going to deal with it. She called me this morning, says, yeah, I know I can keep resetting this thing, but how about we just replace everything? Yeah, that's fine. But I'm not going to go down the cheap road. She didn't like hearing that, but I said, if you want my help, you want me to fix that, we're going to do it my way this time. And you're going to spend about $80 more to $100 more, but you won't have the problems you're having today. She really didn't like the idea of having to spend $100 on a router, but I'm done playing the game of going over there, resetting it, turning it off, and that was something she could do, and she only did it for a couple of days, and then she called me and said, let's just replace everything. Okay. Well, we're going to do it my way this time, not your way. Your way ain't working. I said, yeah, well, I thought it would. She doesn't have a lot of money. I said, well, before I fix anything, you might want to go to the bank and get a loan or something, because it'll be $200 by the time I'm done. Got the service charge, there's everything that's included to be about $200. Maybe a little less than that, 203, 204, but it's not going to be I'm not going to be there just 5 minutes just to plug in a router and walk out the door. So, no. I got to set that whole thing up, and I've got to configure it with every computer in that office. And I think they have 2 laptops in there that are wireless. And I don't like messing with wireless. I don't like doing it. Because it never works for me. I can get it to work, after I fight with it long enough. But in general, I am not one to mess with wireless. That's why everything here is wired. Just plug it in and go. Wi-Fi is a little bit more fussy. And getting it to connect is usually not a fun thing. See, I'd turn the wireless on my router off, except I got my phone. And it's hooked up to my router, so it has my name on it, and then once I get in the elevator and go down to 7th floor, it'll actually say disconnected from my network. Because my name shows up, and the name I have in my router Um, and it says whatever my router. I've disconnected from my router because I got too far away from it. Is now disconnecting. Okay. Usually happens when I get in the elevator and it starts going down. I'll get the message, Wi-Fi disconnecting. Oh. So I don't have anything for the rest of the week really planned. I don't know if the weather would cooperate. I'd like to get in my first bike ride up north, but that might have to wait till next week. Because next Tuesday I'm getting picked up. Going to my doctor's appointment. And I think I told Ken and a few other people the date wrong. It's not Wednesday, it's next Tuesday. I told people wrong because I told people the date that I was gonna be gone. And I thought, that don't sound right. So I went back and looked, and sure enough, I foobarred it. I'll be leaving Tuesday, not Wednesday. My mom called me yesterday and she corrected me on that. I said, well, you're going to pick me up on Wednesday. Say, oh, no. I'm picking you up Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday. Oh, then I got a correction to make. Which is what I'm making with you guys. I'm not leaving Wednesday. I'm leaving Tuesday. And I'm going to see if I can get her to pick me up around 2:30, 3 o'clock because there's nothing for me to do down there. Except sit there and twiddle my thumbs. She doesn't have TV. She has a TV, but she shut off all services to it. She has no radios in the house. So I just sit there in peace and quiet for a day and a half. I bring my laptop down there, but she doesn't like the music I listen to, so she said, just keep your volume turned off, because I don't want to hear anything. And I asked her, you spend all your time in your house with everything turned off? She's like, yeah, it's in general pretty quiet around here. And you wonder why I don't like being down here. And she kind of got mad at me. She said, well, I wouldn't have you down here if I didn't have to take you to your appointment. Would you like me to find somebody else? I think that's the next argument we're going to get into when I get down there Wednesday. Or, Tuesday. And she really didn't like the fact that I said that. I don't know. And I also pissed her off. I said, you're old. I said she was 83. She's not. She's 82. Whoops. Unless she's lying to me, but because I could have swore she was 82. And her birthday was just last week. Now she's 82. So that means she must have been 81. Now she's 82. I thought she was 82 going on 83, but that's the other thing she corrected me on. Oh, you have my age wrong. I'm not 83. Like, well, then how old are you? 82. Like, oh. Sorry. So, yeah, I'm going down there next Tuesday. May not be too fun. She's got quite a few things she wants to talk to me about. Remember that conversation we had last year? I do. Yeah. She's more into people being politically correct on everything. You can't mess up your sentences. You can't mix up your words. You've got to be exactly perfect on what you're saying, and she'll backtrack and she'll correct you. I admit I was wrong. I thought she was 83. She's 82. Whoops. Thought she was going to pick me up on Wednesday. Nope, she's picking me up on Tuesday. So, but she had her health wellness check at the clinic, and she passed everything with flying colors. She does the little clock thing. She has to do 10, 15. She had to write all the numbers on make the hands. And she did everything just like I did. When I had my health wellness check, I passed it with flying colors. except for my memory. My short-term memory is just gone. But I always surprise them because my short-term memory might be shot to age. But I told him I can remember the conversation I had last time when I was here with you. He says, oh yeah, what did we talk about? We talked about this, that, next. Like, wow, you do have good long-term memory. I said, yeah, but my short-term memory is just not there. I prove it to him every time they give me 3 words when I first walk in. And then she gets my mind distracted off that. And then she'll go back, what were those 3 words that I told you? Like, door. And that's about as far as I get. I can remember 1 word, and I can't remember the other 2. And that's because she got me distracted. My mom passed out with flying colors. My mom can... At 82 years old, her brain cells are still intact and very witty, very smart, and very unforgetful. Which there's things I wish she would forget, but she hasn't. But yeah, I know tomorrow I'll be out checking on computers because I can't trust anybody to update their computers like they're supposed to. I mean, like I did before the live stream, I sent out a notice to 3 or 4 offices. And I told them, you know, today's Tuesday, 2nd Tuesday of the month. Check for Windows updates. One came back to me and said, check what? Like, never mind, I'll be over there later on. So instead of her massively screwing things up, boy, I really cut myself when I was shaving. That happened because I was shaving. And then someone came up to my door and said, bam, bam, bam. Well, I was shaving here and I went, Jesus, oh. Threw down the razor, went and opened the door and said, you know. She said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you so bad. Were you shaving? Saying, uh-huh. Oh, I'm sorry. She said, next time, not quieter, don't bam, bam, bam. You scared the living piss out of me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But her laptop's in the bedroom. It's, I need to do a few things with it. And she lives up on 10th floor, so when I'm done with that, I'll give it back to her. Oh, what the hell? Who the fuck is Fantasia Ambrosia? Not that I want to know anymore, and thank you for taking care of it, Tony. Oh, that's not my wife, that's my mother. What the hell did you hear? I don't know what you thought you were hearing. That's my mother I was talking about. I ain't married. I don't know what you thought you were hearing, but that's not what I said. Listen a little bit carefully. Because I didn't say anything about a girlfriend or wife. I was talking about my mother. I was 82 years old and has a tendency to become a little cranky nowadays. Well, that'd be... Yeah, see ya. Don't let the door hit you and never mind. People come in here and they say shit like that and then they just get up and leave. Oh, that takes nerve. That really just... Oh. So, I got another offices, a couple more offices I gotta go to and get computer stuff done. And there's one over in Northeast. They got the whole 50-foot Ethernet cable that I've got to... Oh, that's not gonna be fun because they've got that all cable managed and zip tied. Which reminds me, I need to bring my cutters. That whole bundle, the wire I need to replace is in the middle of a big fat bundle. So I've got to, yeah, shoot. That's going to be a mess. So I might go over there and just tell them I'll come back at 5:30 when they're not there, because they're going to have a huge bundle of wires on the floor. But it needs to be replaced because I tested it the other day and it's got a fault in it. It's the connection is kind of gone. So I'm going to have to go and replace that and get that all working. Yeah, and I hear my phone in the bedroom dinging. People are wanting to get a hold of me. I think I know who it is, too. So, I'm gonna go. I've got places to go, people to see, things to do, and that whole rigmarole. But, thank you for all of you being here. I don't know how many we do have here. Now, current views are 4, so it went up by 2. But yeah, I gotta go. Hope you all have a great afternoon. Jeff, Tony, and all you guys, I'll probably see you tonight. But yeah, I gotta go. I got things to do and people to see. I gotta get out of here before they start calling me, wondering where the H I am. And it's like 84 degrees outside, so being outside isn't too pleasant today. So, all right, I'm gonna go. Hope you all have a good one. Have a good day. My next live stream will be Thursday. Same time, same place. And we'll think about something. Well, I'll think about something to talk about. Didn't do too much Windows today, but yeah, do your updates. Update everything. Check all your browsers. Do your Windows updates. Driver updates. Keep everything up to date. Keeps people like me happy when you're doing your part so I can do mine. But with offices, I tell them not to, because they'll screw it up. Update? How do you update? What do I click on? It's like, never mind, I'll come over there and do it. So with that, guys, I'm going to go. I'll catch you all Thursday. So, yeah, unless things change, I'll be here Thursday. So with that, get you people all later. And for the Zoom homies, I'll see you all tonight. Have a good one, folks. Goodbye. Yeah, you too, Jeff. Catch you guys later.